How's it going? This is Nick. I day trade Nasdaq Futures. I've been trading futures for about 6 months. I've been trading for 3 years. Lots of ups and downs, and things are finally really taking off. Also, an active duty Army pilot, it's a hard balance to do both, but it's manageable. I know that's always a thought in everybody's mind, like how do you possibly day trade and also have a full-time job. Fortunately, I can just make it work sometimes in my schedule. But moving into this, here I have my Top Step account pulled up, blacked out my account info. I don't know if anybody could do anything with it, but better to be safe. Got a 1 minute chart here. This is Friday the 21st. We've already pushed up quite a bit, so we're going to look at how to deal with that. This is my jigsaw DOM over here. My tape, I don't have any size filter. I got one. This is really good for showing the momentum of orders going through. Then I do have a size filter up here, starting at 10 and higher, and I get audio alerts through jigsaw for block orders above 10. And then this is power meters here. This really just shows what's going on here, just like a snapshot. You could look at that. Another thing that I'll look at is cumulative delta, but I don't really like the chart and the cumulative delta. I don't really trade based on that at all. I'm focused right here on the depth of market. So going into this, it pushed up real hard off the open, and if you've been following what the market's been doing, it's been kind of indecisive, going both ways. Hitting IB high, IB low in the same day, and it's a pretty low statistic to do that, but it's been doing that. So this could just be a huge full reversal day. We don't know what's going on, but right here, I've been watching the tape. It moved up a lot faster than I anticipated, and I kind of wasn't comfortable taking anything in here, but that's all right because now, in my mind, I'm looking for this to get stuck at some prices and absorption to hold this, and then people to take profits and in conjunction some shorts go against it. Anyway, we're looking for a move down. It doesn't have to go all the way back down to the open. It doesn't matter how far it goes at all. All I'm looking for is the price to get stuck in absorption and then momentum to push it down. So let's see what happens here. So it moved up really easy in the morning. Now it's stuck, and now we see the selling starting to pick up here. Took a short position, got my safety stop in. Had some execution errors there. I put a black box because I have my account number. I don't know what people could do with that, but that's not important. So we saw the price got stuck. Absorption, it started moving down. Anybody looking at the 1 minute, you'll see the wicks. That's important too. But then we saw the momentum. All right, we'll watch. The momentum pushes it down. All right, that's a nice move. The sellers haven't really had a move like that. Buyers can't push it back up. Can't really hesitate. You got to join the momentum. Comes down. And then I'm just going to get out. It's already freezing here. It goes down a little bit more, but that's all right. I'm here to just scalp a win. And it turns out that it does get stuck here, pushes up. And then the next candle, I believe, goes about halfway. So I'm out of the trade. I'm not sweating it. Just taking profits quickly sometimes bite me in the ass. Yeah, of course. But that's something everybody deals with, their strategy and what works for them. And when I take my profits, that's when I have the best days rather than trying to let it continue down. Or just like ride trends, and then you just get back all your profits. But, oh, look what happens. So if I held that would have been great. This thing, it fell right back down. Again, I wasn't comfortable with this move because I didn't know when it would stop. And it wasn't just a smooth, straight down. It was lots of ups and downs. So I was just patient. I was just waiting, see what I to see what setups I like on the DOM. So now we're back kind of where we opened. Pretty much exactly where we opened. A little bit below it, below VWAP. I'm looking for a bounce here. I don't want to chase this. It already moved pretty far unless momentum goes pretty far. So when this happens, in my mind, I'm just like creating if-then scenarios. If this bounces, what am I going to see on the DOM, and what am I going to see with the order flow? If it continues down, what am I going to see, and what am I going to do in those situations? And then once you take one of those scenarios, then you got to think, okay, what if I'm wrong? What's it going to look like when I'm wrong? So there's a lot to think about, a lot to consider, and with practice, that comes pretty quickly. You know what you're looking for. So let's see what happens here. Looks like I'm looking for the bounce. All right, so price got stuck. It moved up, came back down, hit my stop. I keep my stops pretty tight because if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong quickly. It's holding there. I try to get in again for the bounce. And no, it came back down again. But we're holding again. We got a large order there on the bids. I try one more time. And this time it works. And now the momentum's pushing it up. Gets stuck. Looks like it's about to come back down. And moves up to a point where it gets stuck again. And I just take profits. That's pretty much what I'm looking for when I trade. I'm not trying to look for this thing to go all the way back up. More often than not, that's not going to happen. So we see that it's stuck. It's not going up. They're trying, but it's being answered by sellers and coming right back down. So if it does continue up, we'll just get back in. Hopefully, maybe, probably not. And what happens? Sellers push it back down, and it looks like it's going to come back down. Yep. So if I held on, trying to hold for a bigger move right there, I would have gave up all my profits. And then, now psychologically, that pisses you off. Pissed off trading doesn't work. So anyway, moving on. We see that now we're in this higher volume area. It's not super high, and it's kind of by the open. This should be a congested area. You just moved out of it, hit the IB high, and then came back down to the open. You're going to see people fighting over this price. We just want to pick the winning side. And as we can see, that's the sellers. They're pushing it down pretty easily. It's not shooting down. There's a lot of support here with the bids. So I didn't jump in just yet. And, like I talked about the scenarios, we're looking if this goes back up or down. And what are we looking for to confirm that? The price is stuck here. Sellers are starting to try to push it down. Not getting too far. Buyers are holding. So it could go either way. Okay, still pushing it down. Sellers aren't giving up. And there we go. They push it down pretty good. Now I'm making sure this thing doesn't whip up like the Nasdaq likes to do. It's not. It's holding. And I'm going to look for a spot to get short. There it is. Okay, safety stop. We move down. It's already getting stuck. It's not there. There's the momentum that we want. It's getting stuck again. So the second time, I'll just take profits. And I'm happy with that. That is a good move down. That's good momentum. We didn't catch all of this, but that is plenty. You could do plenty with that. All right, and it got stuck, and now it looks like it could go either way, consolidate, reverse. The Nasdaq's crazy. And if it continues down, okay, we have a clear mind. We could do the same thing we did here and get back in. But look, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could go against you super quick. And what does it do? V-shaped bottom, straight back up. This thing was moving insane on Friday. Really good moves. That's why I'm reviewing this, though, because, you could play this way better than I played it, and I'm sure some people did. Really, the thing that's most important is don't fight against the trend or the momentum. because just look how you would be whipsawed around. That's why I'm looking to join it, and I keep my stops tight. So for if I'm short here and this happens, it's not sheer panic, and you're not taking a bigger loss than you need to. And this is also one of those scenarios where I say see profit, take profit, because it's just changing so much. And this happens really quick, and you're just trying to decide, okay, what is going on? Because we have a ton of selling, tons of buying. It's just what you got to figure out. Okay, on to the next trade. So we pushed up really nicely. Sellers are starting to push back down on it. We're looking for it not to go all the way back to the high. I want to see it come back down. That's what I'm coming up with. My plan here, my scenario 1, if you follow FT scenarios, he loves scenarios. Learned a lot from FT71. You should definitely check out his videos. Anyway, we're getting stuck here. The sellers are starting to step up. I'm looking to get short here, unless this thing has some more momentum to the upside. But targeting short, we're top of this volume node. It's hard to read on the Nasdaq because it's so long. Try short here because we were holding prices and the sellers started coming down. Moving my stop down just because it go either way. Possibly choked out my trade here. Little aggressive on moving the stop, but if you think about it, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. The momentum is not pushing it down yet, so it's not the trade I want to be in just yet. It could go either way. It could just chop. This is looking better, though. Maybe I could have re-entered. It's coming down nicely now. So definitely could have re-entered there. I did it, but in my opinion, that's a little too late. It does end up working out. The momentum was real, and we pushed down pretty good. Knowing I got in late, and we're by the POC and the VWAP, take profits. But I take profits a lot anyway. Okay, moving on to the next trade. Yes, it moved down, but this did not move down smoothly. It was all over the place. So looking back on this, you're like, oh man, I'll go long here and then I'll be rich, and then I'll go short and then I'll be rich. I mean, if you can, that's great, but it's hard to capture all of these. If you know how, let me know. All right, the last trade and the trade that made the day before I went into work. We pushed down here. We didn't really make that much of a new low. Then we hit this wall here, lots of absorption. Price isn't breaking through. It tried, pushed up. Sellers didn't give up though, so it could go either way. And then tried again and failed. So let's see what happens. It pushed up fast, came back halfway. Safety stop, cancel that, and it just took off. So it happened really quick. Quick moves like that create vacuums. Not all the time, but they can, and in this circumstance it did. So I'm glad I took the profits. It's sucking the price right back down. Maybe that caught the sellers off guard, and now they're pushing back real quick. Maybe that was just to wipe out some stops. And it's pretty much all the way back down to my entry. And then boom, I would have got stopped out there with a 1-tick win or a 2-tick win for when I moved my stop up. And now you're annoyed. And you're not going to think clearly. So I say we could watch that one more time. That was really nice. Testing lower, couldn't, and then that fast move up, came back halfway, saw the buyers weren't letting up, and I just got in. You don't want to, the goal is not to get in like right there because it just moves right against you. So easier said than done, but you can't hesitate on that stuff. Know what you're looking for, so as soon as it starts to happen, you could execute it. a little proactive. You have to be reactive in trading, but just kind of thinking of what could happen. And then when it happens, being able to execute. So yeah, that sums up this video. I'm just going to be uploading these to review for myself and then my friends. We're all trading now. So we could all watch this. Hopefully they could give me tips and maybe they could get something from this. Dan and James, you guys doing awesome. And maybe this could help some other people. If this gets a lot of views or whatever, maybe I could go into more depth on breaking down the trades a little more. This is pretty impromptu, pretty quick. Maybe if people haven't seen a DOM, Jigsaw, or order flow, that just looks like an alien language. But maybe we'll whip out the Rosetta Stone and we'll figure it out together. So thanks for watching. See you next time.